Okay, lesson 72. First thing in the morning, sleepyhead is still in bed. My voice hasn't been used. So our lesson is, holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. And this was quite a longer reading. And I read it through several times. I just found that my mind was like blocking me, felt like. So I was just reading it, helping my mind, just letting things sink in. And I understand everything on a level, like, okay, yeah, that's the problem. We think we're a body and we live our life from this body, from the perspective of this body. And then we then think God has a body, and therefore we go down the wrong track and we feel kind of hopeless at some point. And the whole idea being, this perspective is attacking God's plan. It's blocking it, however you want to say it. And what I got from the reading is really how we are being asked to really think of ourselves as something else. Let's see what happens. The hovering husband, but he's not trying. He's just coming upstairs to get something. So what it meant for me, though, because I can say that, but what it meant for me was like, what would it feel like to know myself as spirit, to know myself as a divine being, and to live that way and see everyone that way? And that's quite a shift. His first appearance. Maybe it was just his hand. I don't know. Cool. So I had an experience when I was practicing this lesson yesterday, and the reason I'm doing this video now is I don't want to read the next lesson before I finish this video. I just want to keep my mind clear. And okay, I've explained this before because it's happened before. I was on the stairs. I was going upstairs. Justine followed me. And then I was waiting for her to come up past me. And then she tried to go back down, and she's not good at that. And so she fell. And then my husband said something like, honey, I try to tell you I don't know. Like, what I knew was he imagined she was going to fall. She fell. And then he said, I told you this happens. And right then and there, I was like, okay, wait. Because I saw my mind defending myself. And I saw my mind separating from him. Because I literally took Justine. She was crying. I held her. And then I ended up sitting down in the kitchen and nursing her. But I separated from him. Because I knew he was upset. And then this is the thing. It's like breaking this cycle. Like, okay, he's a body. He has his ideas. I was thinking, dude, you keep creating these situations because you're thinking it's going to happen. Or, you keep judging me. And this lesson, I was trying to get in there. And what came to me, very small voice. It just was like this emerging concept that was fighting against the loud kind of program conversation that I'm normally, like the first one that came, this little one emerged like a little bud, was like, if you're not bodies, somehow what came to me was like, he's just teaching you. He's trying to teach you in this body, in this life, which isn't that real. He's just trying to teach you. He's trying to tell you what he sees. So somehow there was more innocence. There was just more, there was lightness that came. So it was interesting. And the other thing, when I read about, basically, the reading is just kind of how the whole perspective is faulted. And the light of the truth is in us, where it was placed by God. To be without a body is to be our natural state. To recognize the light of truth in us is to recognize ourselves as we are. And I just know that it's so important for me. I'm hearing a calling to spend more time really getting my mind aligned with that in the morning, or whenever I can, to bring forward that feeling tone of being the spirit. And so when I did the practice period, the longer practice period, where we were to ask, what is salvation, Father? I do not know. Tell me that I may understand. So Justine was taking a bath. This is when I could practice. And I just was very still. And I let myself receive the answer, which what came to me was like it was a feeling of like being at a retreat, like a very relaxed, peaceful feeling. So what is salvation, Father? I really got peace as a word, and I got it as a feeling, as if I've just come out of a 10-day retreat. Now I can come home and be nice to my family. But that feeling of like, I've really wound down a bunch of levels. That's what came to me. And then, I found that interesting because I feel like I was really connected to that feeling of relaxation. I thought, who needs 10 days retreat? You can just go there in your mind when you choose to. So, yeah, and then throughout the day, holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. Let me accept it instead. What is salvation, Father? Okay. Wow. Why would I be yawning? Okay. I haven't done my exercise. Yeah. So that was today's lesson 72. So I'd love to hear what you got when you asked the question, what is salvation, Father? If you're willing to share, I'd love to hear. And where are we next? Let's see. I will there be